Hi and welcome back to the channel. I'm Helen.
I'm James.
And we are global nomads. And in 2024, we sold everything we own to travel the world full time.
So this is part 1 in our 6-part series where we tour around the island of Sri Lanka.
And today we're going to show you a little bit of our travel day, traveling from the Maldives to Sri Lanka, and then a quick room tour at the Hilton, and then we're going to go around Colombo a little bit. So stay tuned and like and subscribe to see the future episodes too.
Okay, and welcome to the Hotel Amingiri for the last time, because we're just about to get on a speedboat. That speedboat's going to take us to the airport, and from the airport we are going to Colombo, Sri Lanka.
Our next stop for a month.
So come along.
So we head out on the speedboat to leave the island. Sadly, we leave the island. It takes about 30 minutes, and on this particular day we did have the boat to ourselves, which was nice. Although for the cost, you could argue you should have it to yourself anyway. We made it across to the airport. They are building a new terminal at Male. Unfortunately, it was scheduled to be open when we arrived, but it wasn't finished. I believe it's now scheduled to finish mid-2025, which I think when it's done, it'll be really nice. We then headed in through the airport. I did get some wheelchair assistance. For those of you with any kind of mobility issues, you should know in Male that the gates do not have jet bridges. So you have to go out on a bus and walk up the stairs. So you'll see on the video that we were able to go up on the lift up to the aircraft.
So at Male Airport, there's a very small area for shopping. And then you go through into the Lili Lounge.
Lili
Lounge.
Lulu, I don't know. Lounge.
Which is not the most comprehensive of lounges, but it's away from the hustle and bustle, and you get a chance to sit down and relax. So we went into the lounge, and then we jumped on the 777 and flew over to Colombo. We arrived at Colombo really late at night, and we had actually booked a car. Didn't turn up. We booked it through the hotel. So we travelled, how long did it take to get? We caught an Uber, which is not recommended.
I think it's about 40 minutes, yeah.
So it was about 40 minutes.
And if you've ever ridden the roads in Sri Lanka, you'll fear for your life.
Make sure the seatbelt works. So you put your seatbelt on and head out onto the Formula 1 track to Colombo. We got to the Hilton Colombo Residences, which is different to the Hilton Colombo, very late at night, and this is our room tour.
Hello and welcome to the Hilton Colombo Residences, possibly the weirdest Hilton I've ever stayed at in my life. Come on in and I'll show you around. Now, I'm going to get to the bit in a minute because it's just weird. On the surface of it, this is probably going to look okay, but it's not. Just saying. Now it's dark. We only just arrived. I wish you could smell in here because now we lived in Florida for 20 years, so I'm used to air conditioning and what wall air conditioning units can smell like. But this smells. And if you've ever stayed at an older place in Florida or anywhere that's got like a wall AC, you'll know what I mean. It's got that kind of damp, musty smell. So first of all, I wish I could share that with you, but I can't. You come in, this is a 3-bedroomed residence. There is a deluxe residence. This is just a 3-bedroom now, and we're on the 11th floor. The deluxe ones are on a higher floor. So as you come in, we've got this kind of lobby area, writing desk. This chair is interesting because as you can see, maybe it adjusts, because unless you've got legs that are this big, you can't actually sit with your legs under here. I'm guessing it might adjust, I don't know, I haven't tried that yet, but we've got a desk area anyway, and a really, really high chair, foam, light, and then behind us we've got the sitting area. I'm thinking this was maybe last decorated in about 2009 maybe, I'm not sure. Everything looks a little bit dated and worn. The sofa is actually more comfortable than it looks. It's not that bad, although it's a bit low. It's not that bad, but we've got a sofa and 2 chairs and a table. And we actually chose this because we wanted more of a residence place to stay, and there is a little kitchen. I mean, I wouldn't cook anything in there, and I'll show you in a sec, but there is a kitchen and there's the world's creepiest laundry area, but we're going to get to that. So we have got this living room. Now it is spacious. I'm just saying, you know, I'm trying to be positive here, it is spacious. We've got a nice long TV unit behind us. Again with a TV that I think was probably from about 2005. The picture quality I'm sure doesn't show up on there, but it's like it's snowing. Pretty dinged up thing in here. It did say I think there's a Blu-ray player, but I can't see it. And who has Blu-rays anymore anyway, but I think it does say that. Out here is a city view. Now there is a balcony. I'd love to show you out there, but the doors have been locked for safety reasons apparently. Doesn't say that anywhere on the website. It actually just shows that there are balconies and that it looks like you can go out there. But just kidding, you can't. It's a balcony that you can only look at. But let's keep going. The lighting is a bit weird in here. We've only got 1 lamp in there actually. There is 2 end tables. You would have thought there would maybe be 2 lamps. But there's only 1. Anyway, it works. So in the dining room area, we've got a long kind of bay here with drawers, the drawer empty, and big mirror, AC. I guess the positive about having the wall AC is that you can change the temperature in each room. So if you like the bedroom colder than the rest of it, then I suppose that's a good thing. We've got a dining table and chairs. Again, you can't see them. The legs on the table are pretty dinged up, they're all peeling. In fairness, the upper floors have been refurbished, so maybe they're working their way down. Like I said, we're on floor 11. But it's quite dinged up. If you look at the wallpaper over here, I'm not sure this will show up on camera, but there's like marks. Big, that looks like a glue hole or something. It's dinged up. The paper's coming off at the bottom here. With a not very good paint job on the baseboards. This actually all looks like paint that they've rubbed off. And there's a particularly big mark here. I'm not sure what someone did here to do that, but it's quite well worn. Anyway, table and chairs. It looks clean enough, to be fair. It's clean, just pretty dinged up. I'll quickly show you the bedrooms. Like I said, we've got 3. We don't need 3, but we did need the laundry. So bathroom number 1, the smallest one, toilet, sink and shower, not bad. Until you see the window, but anyway. So we've got a closet here with the iron and ironing board in, and our suitcase. And then we've got bedroom number 1, with a double bed, and weirdly only 1 bedside cabinet, which is a bit strange because there's room for 2, so I'm not sure why they only put 1. But 1 bedside cabinet. There is a window over here too. Window. And a closet. Good sized closet. There's lots of storage in here. And all the closets are built out with drawers and shelving as well. So it is a good sized closet. Another individual AC, so you can control the temperature in here. Again, good, you can control them in each room. Bedroom number 2, which has got 2 twin beds in. I would say these are not doubles, I'd say they look like twins, big singles. So 2 beds in here, and again, another window, another 3-door closet as well behind you. So a good sized room, good sized storage. And these 2 bedrooms are going to share that 1 bathroom. And then we've got the master, which the floor space is awesome in here. Tons of storage, absolutely tons of storage. Again, all built in, big safe. There's hanging space in here, but our stuff's in there. and then more drawers in the end ones. So absolutely tons of storage. And a nice big kind of dressing area. You can see there's good floor space here, and we've got a nice full-length mirror. In here, this is the master bathroom. Usual stuff, loo, sink, amenities. Not sure why they've not got Crabtree and Evelyn. I've never stayed in a Hilton that doesn't have Crabtree and Evelyn. So that's a bit strange, but anyway. Toiletry still, shower, and then I'm not sure what's happened in here because obviously the tile work looks quite nice and it looks fairly modern, but then the window is really dinged up and messy. And I did check this because I thought this was dirt, but actually it's not dirt, I don't think. It's just really dinged up, and the handles are... Does this open even? Can I throw myself out of here? No, that's been screwed shut too by the looks of things. So they clearly maybe have had issues with people trying to throw themselves out the window, I'm not sure. And then we've got the bedroom area over here. King size bed, bedside cabinets, all very nice. Not sure if we've got outlets here. Just a regular outlet, no USBs or anything like that, but I do think there is an outlet either side. And we've got the overhead light and the reading light too. The bed's pretty hard. Linens are okay, not bad. Again, plenty of floor space. Blackout liners, your own individual AC. I don't know if we either did get that light on or it doesn't work, I'm not sure, but there's another light here. TV, even worse picture quality than the one in the living room. I'm not sure why the picture quality is so bad, but they're both really bad. The drawer space, hairdryer. Another outlet over here, again, just a regular plug, no USBs anywhere that I've seen. So, let's go check out the kitchen. Tons of space. Floors are a little bit worn. If you look at like these entryways here and the woodwork and stuff, things are a little bit dinged up. It's definitely in need of refurbishment. And on that note, let's look at the kitchen. It does say there's a full kitchen. There's lots of fingerprints on there. I'm not sure it will show up on camera how rough this kitchen is. It's quite bad. I mean, it has things, but everything, like the cabinets and everything, are really, really dinged up, and that's dirty in there. There's oil in there. Cutlery, it's just fully stocked. Again, not very clean though. Not really sure I want to use anything in here. And look at these pans and this hob. This is, I'm not using that. This is pretty, this is dirty as well. Yeah, won't be using that, I don't think. I don't mean to sound snobby, I really don't, but you really expect more from a Hilton. It's just really in pretty rough shape. I mean, it is equipped, there's a kettle. These are actually granite countertops. Double sink, but again, everything is just super, super warm. Fridge freezer, I haven't looked in here actually. Does it feel cold? Yeah, it's cold. And a freezer. So it's nice to have a full-size fridge and freezer. I'm sure we'll get some drinks and put in there. We've got recycling, paper and plastic, and then everything else. Now, this unit was advertised that it had laundry, which was, as you know, the full-time traveller is the holy grail to have laundry in the unit. And we've just been in the last location for over 2 weeks, so we need to do laundry. So I came in and I'm like, where's the laundry? I can't find the laundry anywhere. And I thought, well, what's this door? This locked door. What's that here? Well, This is seriously the weirdest, creepiest thing I've ever seen in a hotel. If this was an Airbnb, I could maybe understand it, but this is a Hilton hotel residence, and this is literally the creepiest area I've ever seen. So anyway, let's have a look. So first off, you come out and it's dark. I will put the light on now. That's as light as it gets. Now, what you can't tell necessarily is that we're actually outdoors. It's humid and hot out here, we're actually outdoors. So it's like a covered entryway. And this door that you just saw down here actually goes back out to that entryway. We just locked it, it wasn't locked. But it goes back out into that main hall entryway. And then we looked in here, because this is another thing, and we're like, what's in here? I don't even know what's in here. And it's like this, I don't know if there's a light switch. Is this like the naughty room? I'm assuming if this was a residence before it was a hotel, this is just about wide enough for a bed. So was this maybe a maid's room? I'm not sure. Or was it laundry? Was it, I don't know. It's just a bit of a creepy room. So let's not stay in here very long. There is a window though. One of these thingy windows, these open windows. So, we're still looking for the laundry though. We still haven't found the laundry, right? So, let's keep looking. Here's a washing line. So we thought we must be close. So, yes people, here is the laundry. Is this not weird? Is this weird? Is this not weird? Because there's all this water heater and all of this stuff out here. And then, I'm guessing this is AC. You can probably hear the traffic outside as well. I'm guessing this is the AC. There's like this little balcony there. But then we saw, there's another light switch here. Ooh, there is another light. So, yeah, washing machine, utilities, this. Not sure what that's called.
AC.
AC? Yeah. So then there's this weird room here. So we're like, oh, you know, we're looking around, what's in here? It gets better. No, don't touch the red one. I don't know what the red one's for. So that's a squatty potty in the back, if you can see that. And some mops and things. So yeah. Leave your comments. Is this not the weirdest Hilton you've ever seen? This is certainly the weirdest one I've ever seen. We've stayed in a lot of Hiltons. This is weird. Anyway, let's go back inside. Because it's hot and humid out here. We need the AC. Back into the kitchen. And I think we showed you everything. Air conditioning. So there you go, folks. This is the Hilton Colombo Residences, room 1105, a 3-bedroomed residence. Hope you enjoyed the tour. Like I said, weirdest Hilton I've ever stayed in. Check us out next time for another room. So for certain nationalities, when you come into Sri Lanka, you are going to need a visa. You can either do that on arrival or you can do it online before you get here. Now, we had read something online, quite a few things a couple of months ago, that with the new government that have been in power for about 3 months now, that there were certain nationalities, including us as UK passport holders, that weren't going to need a visa. You were going to be able to enter for 6 months. It looks like that's either been delayed or it's not going to happen, I'm not sure. But when we arrived, we did the visa on arrival. It was super simple, took us like 2 minutes. You just go to a counter in the airport on arrival. So we did it on arrival. I think it was $60 each. If you do it online, I think it's either 50 or 55. So you do save a little bit of money if you do it beforehand. We didn't do that, like I said, simply because that we thought maybe we weren't going to need a visa. We weren't sure. We're also going to be here longer than 30 days. And when we did our visa on arrival, the officer explained to us that we can either apply for an extension online, because the visa is only for 30 days. Or when we actually leave and they stamp us out, we can pay that fee when we leave. So I think we'll try to do it online, but I have read that some people have had some issues trying to get that to go through. But we'll see. So I'll keep you updated with what we do.
So we arrive in Colombo between Christmas and New Year. So a lot of the Christmas decorations stayed up for the whole time we were there, which was about 5 days. Here you can see the garland as you go through from reception into the main restaurant, which was called Flow, which was a buffet style restaurant. In here we had a good selection. There was Indian, Asian, Western, and then there was a selection of Sri Lankan food, and Helen tried something called a hopper, which all over every single place we went.
It's a very traditional Sri Lankan breakfast dish. I think they have I think it's just a breakfast dish, but it's like a very thin batter that they make over like a ladle basically, and it creates a basket, and then you fill it with whatever you'd like. You can have an egg hopper, and then it comes with all these kind of sambals and assortments that you can add to it. So lots of, the chef did kindly warn me that mine was quite spicy. One of the ones that was quite spicy because it was quite hot.
And we hadn't got a clue what a hopper was, so when Helen did have one, the chef brought it over and gave you a DIY guided tour.
Instructions on how to eat it.
Yes. Every single place we went in Colombo, in Sri Lanka, they all had hoppers, so you're going to see them.
Good morning from Colombo in Sri Lanka. Today we are doing a city tour in a Tuk Tuk. Sri Lanka is an island nation located in the Indian Ocean, southeast of the coast of India. It is an island now, but according to Hindu mythology, there was once a land bridge that connected Sri Lanka to mainland India. Of course, now that doesn't exist. The topography of the island really ranges from flat plains and beaches to the central and south central highlands, which go up to 2,524 meters or 8,281 feet.
Okay, stop number 1 on our tour. This is Galley Face Green in Sri Lanka. So Galley Face Green is our first stop on this tour. It's the main meeting place for political rallies, for get-togethers, meetings, and as we were over New Year, this was where the big New Year celebration was going to be. It's called Galley Face Green because it faces Galley Fort, and so that's why it's called Galley Face Green. Our second stop is the Colombo Port Maritime Museum, and this building used to be a Dutch fort in the 1700s. As you enter, you will see a train that's left over from the colonial British Empire, and as you enter the museum, you will see a detailed discussion about all of the history of Sri Lanka. As part of the tour, we talked about cinnamon and its importance to the Sri Lankan people as one of its first exports. Our tour guide then took us through the meaning of the different colours of the flag, with each colour representing a different ethnic group, which come together to form the island of Sri Lanka.
There are, in what is a very small island, 103 rivers and 51 waterfalls. And at some time or another, the island has come under Portuguese and Dutch rule, and then finally British rule until 1948, at which time the island gained independence. The main languages spoken are Sinhalese and English. There is some Tamil, but English and Sinhalese tend to be the main languages. And unfortunately, the island has been subject to several civil wars. The last one ended in 2009, and since then has been a very peaceful island. When the island was under British rule, it was known as Ceylon, and once independence was gained, was renamed Sri Lanka. 70% of the population of the island identify as Buddhist, 13% as Hindu, and 10% Muslim, while the remaining 7% are predominantly Christian. We had originally planned to revisit Sri Lanka in 2022. At that time, however, there was a period of political unrest going on, and since then there has been a new government elected and things have really calmed down a little bit. But interestingly, and we saw this when we were driving around, the new government have decided that all buildings need to now be painted white. So any government building that you see is now going to be painted white, and they're in the process of doing that.
So we carry on with our tour of Colombo on our Tuk Tuk. This is Jami ul Awfar Mosque, which is quite distinguished as, I think they call it
the Pink Mosque.
The Pink Mosque, but it's kind of pink and white. And the mosque is located right opposite Petta Market, which is kind of expanded from what we thought it was, because it's really just a collection of shops. The mosque was built in 1908, or started in 1908, and it was completed in 1909. These are the two Hindu temples at Captain's Gardens. So Captain's Gardens used to be an area where retired seamen would go. It's now two Hindu temples. The one on the left is dedicated to the elephant god Ganesh, and the one on the right is dedicated to Shiva.
This was a nice area to walk around, very colourful, nice for pictures. We didn't actually go inside the complex. There was an area you could go inside as well. We just took some photos on the outside, and there's also an area around the edge where local people live as well.
So as Helen said, all the government buildings are white, and as you can see here, this is Colombo Town Hall, and opposite Colombo Town Hall is what was formerly called Victoria Park.
This is Victoria Park, and we're going to call it Victoria Park because we can't pronounce the new Sri Lankan name for it. Obviously it was Victoria Park as the British call it that, but the new name is going to be in text below.
And one of the interesting things about this park, it has a set area for elephants to bathe.
This is Ganga Ramaya Park, and it's basically right in the city and is surrounded by Beera Lake. And right here there's going to be another temple if you'd like to visit. You need to buy an entry ticket for that. There's a lot of greenery here and a floating island. There was also a ton of birds here if you're interested in seeing birds. There was a walking path to walk around, and it also offered great views of the Lotus Tower. Our final stop on the tour was the Lotus Tower, which can be seen basically from around the whole city, and we decided to take a trip to the top.
Okay, here we are on the top of the Lotus Tower in Colombo, and we're currently about 1,350 feet up.
Or about 344 metres for those of you in metric.
So this gives you a really good 360-degree view of the whole of Colombo. You can see the coastline, you can see the lake and park that we've just shown you, you can see the train station, the new port that's under construction.
You get a great view of basically the whole city, the market, the coastline, and be sure to try and go on a clear day though. We did try and plan this so that we went on a clear day. We had a few rainy days when we were there, so try and work out and check the weather so that you can go on a clear day.
There's a restaurant at the top, and that revolves. We didn't get a chance to go there because we were actually going there over the New Year holiday.
And when you descend to the base level, there's also going to be, surprise, surprise, a gift shop. So if you wanted to pick up anything that basically says Lotus Tower on it, then you can.
Or anything that has an elephant on it.
I may have picked up some elephant things. And as we were here for New Year's Eve, part of the reason we chose the Hilton Residences was because of the views of the Lotus Tower. And we were able to stand on our balcony and enjoy all the fireworks all around the city. And when I say all the fireworks, this went on for probably about an hour and a half. It never ended. The fireworks were just all around us. So at the start of the video, we talked about the visa process, and we did manage to apply for the visa online. It actually wasn't too much of a big deal. It cost us $100 each, I believe, to extend, which was kind of annoying because it was only 5 days. I guess in retrospect, we could have maybe planned the trip so that we were only there 30 and saved ourselves $200. But if you are there more than 30 days, you do need to apply for that extension. Like I said, $100. Do it online, no problem. We got to the airport, checked out, stamped out, no problem at all. So if you do need to be there longer than 30 days, it's really no big deal. So right at the end of our trip, before we carried on, we did need to take care of a few practicalities. So I went and got a manicure and pedicure.
And I went to Raj's Barber Shop, which is probably the best haircut I've had since I've been on our 1 year travels. And it cost a total of $4.
So if you need a haircut, Raj's Barber Shop in Colombo is the place to go.
It is. Highly recommended.
So this was pretty much the end of our time here in Colombo. Stay tuned. The next episode, we are going to be heading to a little bit further north in the island to a place called Sigirya.
Like and